Hi guys, it's Kamira with Imperfect Life, and today I just wanted to do a quick video sharing a little bit of creativity. So I wanted to share 15 tips to get your creative juices flowing. So if you're like me, I am, a blogger, I write, I also paint and design digital artwork. And from time to time, even although I feel I'm a creative person and have plenty of ways to keep myself inspired, sometimes you reach a point where you're just at a loss. You draw a blank or you're just like, well, what next? How can I create new content? How can I create new designs, something that's fresh and new and different and can inspire and impact others? So today I just wanted to do a quick video with 15 tips and ideas or prompts to get you inspired, get those creative juices flowing. So let's get into it. So the first one, brainstorm with others. That can be either virtually or in person, but either way, just getting different viewpoints from other people, different perspectives, like collectively, that's a great way to keep inspired. Also, when you are with other like minded people, they share a different point of view that maybe you would never have thought of. This is particularly great when coming up with new content, like with writing. So, the second way to get your creative juices flowing is actually to disconnect. Take some time off, disconnect from social media, the internet, shut down your laptop, or get off the apps that you use on your phone every day and just unplug a bit. Sometimes the best thing you can actually do is get back to basics and just, have quiet time to just think and be silent. That actually can rejuvenate you and to get you inspired using your imagination more and hence, come up with more creativity on your own by disconnecting. Third thing, get out into nature. Kind of goes back to the second one, but I shared my experience traveling to the Poconos, Pennsylvania last spring, which was so great. It reminds me a bit of my childhood before, I'm a Gen X kid, so just the idea where kids were getting out to go play, at least I was. Like your friends come over like, "Hey, can Kamira come out and play?" That type of thing. It wasn't like video games staying at home all the time or staying indoors. And you kind of forget, as busy as we all are in our day-to-day lives, that getting out in nature and seeing the beauty, the natural beauty that there is really is inspiring. And it's more than just inspiring your creativity, it's actually inspiring for just your life in general. Makes you rethink and reevaluate the simple things in life that give you joy, but it also inspires you. So, number four, take time, take a time out. Like I said, I took a vacation last spring. It was much needed, perfect timing. And yeah, just taking a time out, take time for yourself, decompress. Also, you don't want to burn yourself out trying to do too much because it's easy to do, especially the type of world we're living in where everyone's trying to get things done, get bills paid, or whatever is going on in your life. But take time out and practice self care for yourself. Number five, listen to music to inspire you. That is one of the best things about music is not only does it spark your creativity, can help change your mood, help inspire you, physically wise, but also just from a mental perspective and creativity perspective, you can find some music and tunes that help motivate and inspire you to think bigger and dream bigger and think outside the box, color outside the lines as they say, and just also uplift your mood. So nothing like music to help alter your state of mind. So the next one, number six, dream big. Like I mentioned just a second ago, music helps inspire us, and nothing like using your own mind and inspiration um, to just dream bigger. I kind of have the feeling like or is I have the belief that, there is power not only in prayer, but power in manifesting what you want, what our the human mind can help come to fruition, like that saying mind over matter. How the brain and the mind works has great influence on our body and physical. So, yeah, don't hesitate to dream big because, as they say, if you can dream it, you can be it. So, when it comes to your creativity, don't be afraid to think on a grander scale. And number 7, perform a childhood hobby. Sometimes getting back to basics, like I said, can help you spark your creativity. For me, for the longest time, I was working a 9 to 5 job in like the accounting space. And I mean, it was good, learned something new, but it kind of was just like routine, mundane. And then I went to a paint night with some friends for my birthday, and that completely reignited and sparked a part of me in my childhood that I didn't anticipate in such a good way. And from that moment forward, that reigniting of my childhood um, passion and hobby for colors and painting as a grown adult, that just took me by surprise. And I actually kept up with continuing to create. I don't get the time to paint as much as I want, but I do and have continued to create on my own, whether that's stencils, pencil, or painting, but specifically blog writing and also digital creating of designs and graphic design. And I have kept up with that for years now. So getting back to a childhood hobby could just work for you. And speaking of, hobbies and creativity, don't hesitate to check out my Redbubble shop at imperfectlife.redbubble.com. I have over 100 original designs and original artwork that you can check out at the website. So, next, let's get into number 8, research what others are curious about. Sometimes when you are at a complete loss of what to do to be inspired or get your creative juices flowing, sometimes you need help from other people. So a great way to do that is kind of research, what is everyone else talking about? What's trending? What's new? What are on people's minds? What kind of things are people concerned about or need help resolving? That's a great way to spark some creativity, and not just from creativity from an art perspective, but like I said, if you're a writer, a blogger, or a musician, and you're trying to, or a songwriter, if you are one that's trying to come up with content to help solve a problem, using um, the Google Trends or Quora or other spaces where there's communities and forums, check out what's trending, what people are searching for, asking for, and need problem solving with. That's a great one. So the next one, number 9, reflect on your family and friend relationships. And this includes your pets because your pets are your family. So sometimes one of the easiest things you can do is right under your nose in your home, well, figure out your why. Sometimes just getting quiet with yourself and figuring out your why, your purpose in life. And for many, it is their family is what inspires them. Their children or their husband, spouse, their pets are what inspire them. Actually, it reminds me of a commercial I saw recently, and it was a man, and he had his cat laying with him, and his cat had I think had like a plastic or a helmet on his head, and you see him, ta-da, like a spark in his brain, and it inspired him to create a digital print with his cat with an astronaut helmet, and he made t-shirts out of it. Like, it's just simple stuff like that that's very cute, that can keep you inspired, just thinking, reflecting on your family or even your pets in your home to keep you inspired with your keep your creative juices flowing. So number 10, don't forget journaling as an option. It's an old fashioned pastime, but journaling is a great way to get your creative juices flowing. Excuse me. And also, it's a great way to put your thoughts down on paper. Also, another great way to brainstorm on your own. And also, there are apps now, or I think it's notes, the way you can jot down electronically on an app if you're not fond of pen and paper. I like the traditional way of jotting down my ideas, but journaling is a great way to also get your creative juices flowing. The next one, change up your routine. Sometimes um, using, or excuse me, sometimes when it comes to practicing the same routine, doing the same thing day after day, it gets very mundane, boring, and you kind of like just lose your inspiration or become maybe unmotivated or uninspired. So change up your routine, you know. If you are one to get up and, for example, you get up in the morning, you do your exercise routine, you get your breakfast, you hop on the computer, you may go to work or you have to travel to work. Maybe change it up instead of getting up first thing in the morning and doing a workout. Do all those things and maybe plan for the weekends like an excursion, like rock climbing or hiking at a nearby park. Just change it up. You can still incorporate things that are important to you, but just change up your routine. And also, while you're doing that, you can also encounter people in your path that may inspire you and um, make you see a different point of view just in either the activity that you're doing or in life. And that in itself can inspire you in a different way, in a creative fashion, trying something outside of your comfort zone. So, number 12, declutter and clean your space. There's a saying like cleanliness is next to godliness. I find that having a decluttered space helps you not only feel better and lighter, but I feel like it helps you with a clearer head. You have a clearer frame of mind. You're not worried about like, oh, I have this to get to. I have to, clean out these boxes that have been sitting there. It's less on your mind. And also just, I feel like the space, the energy in your home is lighter. And, from a physical perspective, it just physically is cleaner and better and more tidy. And that's always a good thing. So keeping your space clear, your mind clear, your heart, open, those are all important aspects when it comes to, keeping your energy or, the door open to invite everything positive and good and new and fresh to come in to give you more creative inspiration. So, number 13, try something new. Like I touched on a little bit before in terms of getting out of your routine, but trying something new. Like, for example, when I went on vacation last spring, one thing I wanted to try, and I'm so glad I did, but I went to Bushkill Falls. I've have hiked in the past, like literally in middle school, but it was nothing like hiking at Bushkill Falls. It was so much more intense and a lot more like elevation and stairs, the way the trail that we took that we went on. But it was one of the hardest things I have done. It's so physically challenging, but so rewarding at the same time. And based on the estimated average time it took average hikers, I actually did better than I thought. We did it in a little bit less time than the average visitor, which not only surprised me, but made me feel good about myself. Like, okay, I'm not an athlete by any means, but it challenging myself and doing something outside of my comfort zone and completely something new made me, gave me an extra boost of confidence and made me realize like trying new things is to my advantage. So, and doing so does while you're out in nature, in my example, being at Bushkill Falls and being so close to nature in the thick of it, it just really made you feel inspired and grateful. So, try something new is another tactic you can try. And number 14, listen to a podcast for inspiration. I like podcasts. like Jay Shetty. He shares inspirational, positivity type of content. But yeah, anything that inspires you, makes you, I feel like anything that wants to help you put more positivity in your life, maybe help you become a better version of your own self, are podcasts worth listening to. But it's up to you. Those are the type of things I like to listen to. But whatever type of podcast you feel that would be beneficial to your well-being and your interests, try it. You never know while listening to a podcast or an interview if hearing a guest on that podcast may spark something or an idea inside of you that you can then go ahead and express to the world. And last but not least, number 15, help others and volunteer. Helping others, no matter what you're going through, and even if you are feeling down in the dumps, depressed or sad, you'd be surprised the action of helping others while you were actually in need, like emotionally, really does lift your spirits. And therefore, it really does inspire you. So I know I have found that very helpful for myself after the death of my pet, Dusty, going to volunteer at my local nonprofit. I knew being around other kittens and puppies would help, but I had no idea not only the amount it would help, but also unexpectedly forming new relationships and friendships and support, which was very much needed and helped actually inspire this blog, writing content, and sharing that experience with everybody. So, those are the ideas, 15 tips to help keep your creative juices going. I hope you guys enjoyed this video content, and I hope the ideas I shared with you help inspire you to come up with some creative ideas on your own. Is there anything else from this list of ideas that you would add? Leave a comment down below and share your thoughts. And with that said, if you like this type of content, please sure to give it a like and subscribe. And have a great rest of your week. And until next time, I will see you in the next one.